Okay.
Start.
Hey guys! So it's Sunday, so I'm doing a story time. But this story time is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to be eating as I'm telling it, kind of. And he's joining me because, I don't know, he hasn't been on my channel forever. I mean,
and
he was
hungry.
that too. Anyway, for today's mukbang, we got modes.
Oh, actually,
Yeah, we actually got an extra bag of chips because we're both fat asses.
I got a Smurfer burrito.
Yeah, and I already ate half the chips because I can't wait and I'm eating it. But yeah, so let's start. But today I'm going to be telling you guys about my reaction to Trump winning the election. Yeah. So originally, okay, I guess I have to tell you, well, I'll tell you how I reacted. Well, I didn't really watch the election until like the middle of the night because I didn't think I needed to. I thought Hillary was gonna win, and I was just kind of scared because I saw
I'm pretty
Trump.
sure everyone thought Hillary was gonna win except
Yeah.
for
Trump.
yeah.
But like it was weird because he was leading and then like Hillary went up and then he like he like went up again. But yeah, so I found out in the morning that he won and I cried. And I got anxiety and I thought it was gonna be like another Holocaust. Like literally. Like I mean I still think that. He just hasn't actually become president yet. He's just president elect. So like I still think there's gonna be like a thing, something like that. Like I feel like it's gonna be like another Hitler. Like I know it sounds like Hitler, I don't know.
We have checks and balances for a reason.
Yeah, and everybody's trying to tell me that like, oh yeah, there's Congress and like he's not like the sole leader, you know, like he doesn't rule by himself. He has like people to like whatever, but it's still scary. So excuse me. So I'm gonna tell you guys about when I was little and things that happened when I was little. So
And I'm gonna eat.
And I'm gonna eat at the same time, I guess. So I was born in Colombia, in like Medellin, Colombia. It's a city in there. And my dad lived in the United States prior to me like with being born. So he lived in the United States when he was like young, like in his 20s. And then he moved back to Colombia. He met my mom. They had me, and then my dad decided to go back to the United States. So he's like, I'm going to the United States. I'm gonna like find a place for us, and then like in a couple months you come like catch up with me. So my dad was a U.S. not citizen, but he's a resident. He's a permanent resident. So he comes to the United States. Then like 7 months later we come along, which is my mom, me, and my sister. And yeah, let me take this bite. My dad's legal in the United States, but my mom, my sister, and I are still illegal in the United States. So we're legal immigrants at this point. And it was all good. Like when we first moved to the United States, I was 2. And at that point, it was like 1999. And it was like, it wasn't like the United States accepted illegal people, but it was pretty easy to be illegal in the United States at that point. Like you can get a license without having to have like a social security number. You can do a lot of things. The only thing you couldn't really do was like leave the country and come back. So my mom like got a job, like she had a license and everything. But then like 9/11 happened.
And that's when America's got super restrictive on the people they allowed in the country or allowed to stay in the country. I know this because I have Jamaican/British background, and it is harder for Jamaican immigrants to even come over and get a green card or visa or whatever they need.
Yeah, so 9/11 happened, and then like they started doing these raids in Miami. I don't know if it happened everywhere, but I just know they used to raid places. Like they used to go to like Denny's, IHOPs, Papa John's, like Home Depot, whatever. They used to go to all the employees and ask for all of their social security numbers, all of their green cards, or whatever information to make sure you're legal. And if you're not legal, you get deported. So it was really scary for us because first of all, my mom was working at a pizza place. Well, she was constantly on the street, and she would see like, let's say she went to the pizza place and the shopping next door, like a Denny's got raided, and she used to like freak out like, oh, where did they come here next? So she was making deliveries and without a license because her license expired, and then 9/11 happened, so she couldn't renew her license. She was driving around with expired license, like all these like messed up things that if they stopped her, like she would immediately get deported. Not immediately, but like almost immediately. And it was really scary for her because she would like have to go into work and like spot like, okay, if they come here, like how do I escape? Like she used to like look around me like, okay, there's like air conditioning pipes right here, like I can climb up here and then like escape through there. Like that's something.
But if you think about it, that's kind of smart. Your mom went into work like prepared for the worst case scenario, especially since she has a family. So.
So, in the meantime, my dad, he was a citizen, so he was like going through a process of becoming he was a resident, he was going through a process of becoming a citizen, but it was like taking longer than expected because he had to divorce his ex-wife, and she didn't want to divorce him, so he had to divorce her to marry my mom, and like do all that stuff, so it was like, it took...
So wait, America recognizes marriages from different countries?
I think they were married here. I don't think they were married before.
No, but I mean, like, if he had to divorce his ex-wife...
His ex-wife, he married her here.
In the United States?
Yeah, he lived here for like 20 years before me. He finally got his citizenship and he married my mom. We were in the process, but the thing was that, in the year, 8 years later, my mom's finally going in for her like residency interview with immigration. So it's like been 8 years since we've been in the United States. At this point, my sister, she was 17, yeah. And it was around the time that she had to start applying for college. But since she wasn't a resident yet, or like legal at all, my mom was like had this extreme pressure on her that we had to become permanent residents before my sister graduated high school so she could go to college, because otherwise my sister wouldn't have gone to college. I wouldn't be in college right now, like, I don't know, it just made me so...
I mean, your dad would have helped you out because your dad's a resident and everything.
Yeah, but you can't, if you're a resident, you don't automatically...
I mean, alright.
Make your children... You don't automatically make your children residents if you're a resident that comes to the United States, especially because you're born here.
No, I mean citizen, because your dad just became a citizen and that's how your mom was able to file for citizenship.
Yeah. I didn't actually become a resident, I became a citizen immediately because my dad became a citizen. So like I just kind of like skipped that one step because of my dad. But like for my sister and my mom, we went like 8 years or more without going to Colombia, and like when we went back it was crazy. But it's just like, I guess when Trump got elected, it made me like remember all these things and like the hard times that we went through, and like not seeing our family and like my cousins for 8 years, and my mom having this extreme pressure, and like my sister almost not going to college, and like it just, I don't know, I guess I have to thank the United States a lot for like everything that I have, because yeah, we were okay in Colombia, like we didn't have to come here. My mom just kind of came here to follow my dad and for me to have like a father figure in my life. But like I just wouldn't have what I have now. Like who knows where I would be if it wasn't for the United States. And like in Colombia, like it'd just be so much harder because school is not the luxury we have it here. Like in the United States, it's free to go at least through high school. In Colombia, you have to pay. It's not like it's just free. Like at least for a decent education, you can have like free education, but it's not like worth it. And then like college is like, not everybody gets the chance to go to college, and I know in the United States not everybody gets the chance to go to college, but it's so much like easier to go to college. You have like the government that gives you money, like just throws money at you.
And these community colleges are pretty cheaper than
like
universities.
You don't see that around the world. Like the government doesn't just throw money at you. And I know like the way I look American enough that like I wouldn't get like prejudiced against.
Mm-hmm.
But like when I speak, you can clearly hear my accent. That's like the most common question I have when I first meet someone and they first hear me speak. Where are you from? It's like the first thing people ask me all the time. And I'm like, I'm Colombian.
When people ask me now, I'm like, what do you mean? Where am I from? Like, am I from, where did I go to school? Where's my background? Like, for me, you guys have to specify, because I could be like, oh, I'm from South Florida. Or I could be like, oh, I'm from England. And like, England? What part of England? I'm like, yeah. It depends on my mood if I want to actually tell you guys, if not. But then like, this whole other conversation. But I'm British American, so I have dual citizenship. I'm just leave that there. to comment what she was saying, my family is, although they're British and some of them are Jamaican, we didn't have the same, I don't think we had the same struggle that she has had.
Think about how like you would get prejudiced by those. Like, think about the time we went to a Trump rally.
Oh yeah.
And you were the only black person there.
Fun times.
Like, don't you think people were looking at us sideways?
Of course, I felt people looking at me. And then, especially since in the Trump rally, we had some...
Racist?
No. So, I went to Trump rally because I just want to see the candidate. You know, I want to hear his talking points because I want to do my job as a citizen, be well informed of both candidates. If Hillary Clinton came to my area, I'll go see her, you know? Especially if it's for free. So...
Obama.
Oh yeah, we saw Obama too. We saw Obama like the week before, 2 weeks before the whole election thing. He's a great speaker. And another speaker, she's like, I endorse that message. But back to whole Trump. So we went to the Trump rally or organization thing. Like she was saying, I was like the only African American. I want to use that word. I don't really classify African American, but I guess that's the political way of saying African American person in my section or the whole section. And so I'm going upstairs. At least I'm with her, you know. At least like my date is like she looks like she blends. She scared me, so she spoiled a whole bunch of stuff, which I knew was gonna happen because she's a pretty clumsy person. Like she spilled this all over her pants.
Look at that. Oh, I spilled it on the carpet too. Yum.
Right? That scream scared me. I was like, what happened? Is there like a snake or something? I don't know. In this rally, there were many Bernie Sanders fans / Hillary fans who were like bashing Trump. They had banners and they're antagonizing the crowd. You know, the crowd is there for Trump and these people. They're trying to get a message across to whoever wants to hear it. And they caused disturbances, which caused there to be like a whole mob mentality to like force a person out or get the cops involved to force them out.
I saw this one video, sorry for interrupting you by the way, but I saw this one video of like comparing Trump to Obama. And Obama was like, there was someone that was going against Obama. And Obama was just like, okay, I heard you, now you listen to me. Like, I heard what you had to say about me, and I know you don't like me, but I heard what you had to say, so now you listen to me. Whereas Trump was like, get them out! Get them! And then he said something mean like, oh, it's raining, don't give her an umbrella or something like that. Like, something like super mean.
But the whole point was like, throughout the whole ceremony, a mob mentality grew. So like, even if the individuals they thought were anti-Trump, they were pointing at them, they would surround them, they'd all up in their face. It became scary. And so whenever there was like individuals who were brave or stupid enough to pop up and say their few cents or show their signs, cops would get involved, the people involved. It became very dangerous because I'm like, what if they looked at me like, oh, he looks like he'd be anti-Trump. I didn't have no sign on me, I was just trying to pay attention. Like, luckily, I was kind of high up, so I was away from the people who were kind of like, were like got into it, like they really got into it. And so yeah, it was pretty interesting to see the negative energy coming from his supporters or the vibes that was going around in the arena. It still tells a lot about, I feel like it tells a lot about a person based upon the people who go to your events or to your rallies. That should tell you or paint a good picture of what that person will be.
So let's talk about how like him being president would affect you. Like, I remember you texting me and saying like, oh, I'm just interested in seeing how the world is going to be different tomorrow or something like that.
Well, I mean, I didn't say tomorrow, but I mean
but
in
like,
the future.
Yeah.
I feel like come January 20th, if he becomes president, blah, 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 blah. As a whole, the presidents really have a tremendous effect on one's life. I mean, he can, but I don't really think he does. I feel like our local government and local policy really affects us more. Just like the Queen of England, she's the Queen, or even the Prime Minister, they could come to power. There's only a few things they could actually do that will directly affect you immediately. You know, everything takes time. Everything is like manageable. Whatever it is. My point is, nothing's gonna happen to me. I am in control of my own destiny, my own life. He cannot impose anything that will affect me from become successful unless he like what said, if you're such and such, you cannot do such and such. There's no way he's gonna. I don't feel like it's possible for him to do it, or even there is no reason for him to do it. He wants to create more jobs for Americans. That's great. I mean, more
Also,
opportunities.
We live in a place, like in a city, where there's a lot of diversity. So I feel like if we live somewhere like not that diverse, it'd be harder on us. But we live in like South Florida.
Whoever becomes the president, you want to wish for him to be the best president there is, because he is in control of our country that we live in. You don't want a president to be a terrible president, wish him to be bad, because if he does bad or terrible, that could affect us. Shout out to Dylan, because I know you'll be watching this video. I think I asked this in a video. What do you think sounds better? Quincy and Natalia, or Natalia and Quincy? Like, leave a comment below. I feel like you already know what I feel like. If you know me, if you're like one of the people who know Quincy, you know what I feel like sounds better.
But with that being said, yeah, he's president, but we're gonna be okay, I guess. And if not, then peace out, US. Hello, Canada. I'm being serious though. I really want to live in Canada one day, like Vancouver, like so pretty. I want to go there so bad. But yeah, if you made it this long, thank you for making it this long. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and just leave a comment below if you like Nat and Q, Natalia and Quincy, or Q and Nat, Quincy and Natalia.
I'm only human, can't you see?